Warning. The following podcast is utter nonsense and may cause agoraphobia, kleptomania, insomnia, and oppositional defiance disorder. We are required by law to provide you with this disclaimer for hazardous materials.
Welcome back to Hazardous Materials, a haphazard comic show. My name is Casey. With me as always,
Gideon Gonzalez.
Tell us what we're doing, Gideon.
So this is inspired by a game I play at work at Slow Days. It's from the March 1998 edition of Wizard magazine, in which they put out the call to assemble the all-Wizard team using a 7-person structure for the leader, the raw power, the tech, the mentalist, the defense, the stealth, and the magic. And so, yeah, I always like to just think of a fun superhero teams being like, oh, like my dream JLA lineup in this format, my dream X-Men lineup. So I figured, why don't we do that, but competitively, where one of us makes a team of heroes and the other makes a team of villains, and we let you, the viewer, decide who wins.
Yeah, so for the casual viewer, we're going to be doing some deep comic nerd stuff today, so prepare yourself.
And of course, like any good, deep, nerdy conversation, it's going to start with a dice roll.
Oh god, here we go.
So, whoever rolls the highest on these percentile dice will choose if they wish to be heroes or villains. And then the other gets to choose which universe this will take place in.
Yep.
I got a 79.
I got a 30.
Cool.
I got a rock.
Then I'm going to be the villain team.
I say Marvel.
Alrighty. And we're going to use the magic of time travel to get Casey's answers right now. And now here we are, just a few several minutes later in people time, but in the magic of filmmaking, just a couple seconds. Casey has his master team list, so lay on your Marvel heroes.
So I kind of went off the beaten path on a few of these just because I like to do that.
They're not all Sabretooth, right?
They're not all Sabretooth. Sabretooth is not on this list at all.
Wow. Shocker.
Even I could easily put him on this. I'm going to go with leader. I chose Storm.
Oh, that's a good choice.
Storm's a solid choice. It gives me some power and a whole leadership that I can kind of throw around when I'm doing this whole thing. Every time you put her in a leadership position, she's serious business, and she's willing to go that extra mile that maybe people like, say, Captain A would not.
Yeah, she'll stab Callisto.
She'll stab a bitch. So, Storm, solid leader choice. I'm really good with this. For raw power, I'm going to continue with my favorite ladies. I'm going to go Captain Marvel.
Oh, a good,
for obvious
excellent
choices.
Choice. Yeah.
Right now, Captain Marvel has the byline on her comic, Marvel's mightiest hero, because she is. So I'm going to tap into the whole binary star power of Captain Marvel. We're going to do that bit. For tech, I went with Rocket Raccoon.
Oh, this is a really fun list. I'm really liking this.
We both seen him rock a serious kit bash in the middle of nowhere in Guardians of the Galaxies 1 and 2, and he's doing pretty much the same thing. And that recent story, that heist story that they had going on.
So you want the Al Ewing like white Miami Vice suit?
Yes, Raccoon. He's got to be wearing the crisp suit.
All right, I like that.
Right.
I dig it.
And for the mentalist, I did not go Jean Grey.
It's a tough category,
but I did go with Quentin Quire.
Ah, my boy.
Quentin Quire is an Omega level telepath, easily up there with, like, say, Psylocke, and also does the whole psionic weapons, except his tends to be like guns and stuff. Very cool.
I'm glad you made this choice, because this makes it so I'm allowed to pick a very stupidly overpowered psychic character who's like, I don't know if I should go this hard with it, but now I feel okay about it.
You're gonna go with Shadow King, aren't you?
No, you'll see. Keep going.
All right, so defense. This is a you would have to think for just a split second about, seriously, for defense I went with Captain America.
He's got a good shield.
Got a good shield, and he knows exactly where to stick that thing.
He is a tactician
for other people,
yeah.
And he's the kind of guy that's like, okay, somebody's getting crappy now. I'm gonna chuck my shield, block the shot that's going there, and it's still gonna come back to me. I'm still gonna kick ass the American way.
Yeah, if there is a hero who I would trust to lower casualties on a team, it'd be Cap.
It would
He
definitely
knows
be Cap.
where to
I
put the
think
pieces.
easily Cap beats a Sue Storm in any book.
I don't know though. Sue Storm can just put a little air bubble in that
She
brain.
can, but come
that
on.
good tactician mind.
Now, Stealth, I easily could have folded back into Type and said Nightcrawler. I decided against it, and I went with Black Widow. Because that is currently in the Taskmaster storyline. You could easily see why maybe she can pull that off. They're calling her like the best killer in the Marvel Universe. So apparently she's got to live up to this kind of hype. Even I would still say that's bullseye. But hey, you know what? We're going with what is established with Nick Fury calling the shots. Since Black Widow, so Black Widow, can you do it? Black Widow's on the job.
Soon to be in a major motion picture.
Now,
someday.
I'm also going to blow your mind with this one. I chose from my magic hero, Jericho Drum, Dr. Voodoo.
That's a good pick. I love Dr. Druid.
One of the reasons why I did this is because back during the Axis storyline when Dr. Doom was a goody-goody, he did a Faustian deal to bring Dr. Voodoo back from the dead because he realized that is the only other person that could possibly help me stop Scarlet Witch.
Did he bring back his brother too?
No. Because that would have been far too easy.
One of my favorite Dr. Voodoo bits was in Chris Priest's Black Panther run. There's a running joke of how you can constantly hear the drums that his ghostly brother brings with him.
Oh, really?
There's a scene where Everett Ross is trying to sleep, but he's being kept awake by Brother Voodoo's.
I really like Brother Voodoo's. Well, when he transitions into Dr. Voodoo and becomes the Sorcerer Supreme.
Was so mad when they made Doctor Strange Sorcerer Supreme again. I was so hyped when I was like, yeah, this is awesome. This is a great new direction. And Doctor Strange gets to hang out and be like the magical advisor on the Avengers. This is great. And they're like, oh, but Jericho went crazy and Strange had to take it back. And I was like, that's not a good look.
Yeah, it's always back to type sometimes with these comics.
Disappointing.
I loved his hair.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the 80s, it was short. It had that white little tab right there in the front. And then when he got the dreads, he had that big mess of white dreads right there.
Super
Love
sick.
that look. And I still enjoy the fact that Dr. Voodoo is a big mainstay on that magic. Was it the Academy?
Strange Academy.
Thank you, Strange Academy. Great book, by the way. Get it on trade if you can ever get a chance to snag it.
Yeah, it's impossible to find in singles, so trade's going to be the way to go for that one.
So that's my team. Alrighty.
And now we're going to use the magic of TV magic to give us a little break, and let me figure out a team to beat these guys.
All right.
Now it's villain time.
All right.
So, for my Masters of Evil team, I came into this planning to use my favorite Marvel villain, Dr. Otto Octavius, as my leader. However, against the opponent's leader, who has lightning powers, a guy with 4 lightning rods built into his spine did not seem like a great idea.
No.
So instead, I debated on this one for a while. This is the last one I thought of. But I ultimately landed on my favorite Thor villain, Malekith the Accursed.
Oh.
Who is a great commander of armies, leads the whole Dark Elf hordes, incredibly vindictive and petty, but most importantly, has weather-related abilities.
Does he?
Yeah, he's all about the Cask of Ancient Winters. That's like his big gimmick.
Oh.
So he's got some magical storm powers. She's got mutant storm powers. I want to see them duke it out. I want to see who comes. And I don't believe they've ever interacted because Malekith pretty well stays in his corner of the Marvel Universe.
I think they have.
Ooh.
During the Asgardian issues.
It would make sense if they did. I don't remember if they do or not, though.
That's we'll have to do some deep dive.
We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to do our own research.
Yeah, because I definitely know that when she was doing some Valkyrie stuff.
Yeah,
she definitely fought against a
and
villain.
I want to say Malekith is a Walt Simonson creation.
That's what I think too.
Yeah, because he was like one of the big villains of that run.
That's the picture I have in my head. Is the way he was drawn.
Yeah,
with the red outfit and the split face.
Exactly. See, Jack of Hearts, someone can make it look good.
Oh man, Jack of Hearts. Talk about an underutilized hero, man.
I think if he had a design that didn't physically give me pain to look at, he might be more successful.
He was very busy, but he was also the core of one of the saddest moments I've ever seen in comics. It was Avengers Disassembled. When he showed up, barely
when Bendis
keeping
was
his
like,
stuff
"Oh,
together.
You like Jack of Hearts and Ant-Man's relationship?
We're gonna
Too
kill
bad.
that real quick.
So yeah, first matchup of the night of Malekith and Storm.
All right. So
Next up, my raw power pick. This one, especially going against Captain Marvel, I couldn't just do like a jobber like the Wrecking Crew or Abomination.
I can't believe you just called the Wrecker a jobber.
The Wrecking Crew are jobbers. Like, that's what they're there for. They're 4 dudes who just get their clock cleaned by Thor on a weekly basis, you know? They're the guys using a cold open, not the main focus.
Okay.
So
what do you got?
I went with a different jobber. My boy Crusher Creel, the Absorbing Man.
Oh, God.
But here's the thing. He is uniquely suited to fight Carol Danvers, because she puts on that binary stuff. He just absorbs that and just clocks her back with it. He hits her with basically turns that wrecking ball into a dwarf star and just smacks. Yeah, that's
one of the very first Avengers comic I ever picked up was Miss Marvel versus Absorbing Man.
Yeah, that's when she first joins the Avengers, isn't it?
Like right after she starts wearing the Cockrum outfit.
Yeah, I think that's when she. Yeah, I think that's when she joins
and,
the team.
Yeah, he like absorbs the steel of a ship. And yeah,
it's a great fight. All-time great one.
It's this issue.
And so he's got some bad blood.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing: if Captain Marvel takes out Creel, you know who's gonna come knocking? His wife Titania. Exactly. You add her to the mix. It's game over.
Absolutely. And let me tell you something. I'm gonna dip into my own other nerd thing, which is HeroClix. And man, when a new Absorbing Man comes out, it's always serious business.
He rocks. He is one of my favorite Marvel villains.
It got so bad. My buddy Steve, he loves Absorbing Man, and he used one Absorbing Man versus my Great Lakes Adventures. That's how it turned out.
Oh, that's good.
And the only reason I survived that is because Big Bertha is a super tank. She could take that abuse. I had to, because it took forever for me to drop that Absorbing Man.
Hell yeah. So yeah, Absorbing Man.
Oh God.
Getting crushed by the Creel.
So what you got for tech?
For tech, this is another one. There's a lot of great tech-based villains out there.
There are a lot.
Like, I got a lot of love for Crimson Dynamo.
I love Techno.
I got Techno. I got a lot of love for Justin Hammer.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, I had to go with the biggest brain of them all.
Is it Dr. Doom?
It's MODOK.
Oh my God.
The mental organs designed only for killing.
MODOK, that's a good choice.
You can't tell me the comedic stylings of Rocket Raccoon and MODOK are not uniquely suited.
Especially with the new Patton Oswalt show coming out.
Yes, and his current book, which also co-written by Patton Oswalt.
Oswalt, I love Patton Oswalt so much.
It is a
I got to shake his hand.
Oh. Yeah. And he does have a uniquely shaped cranium to play MODOK. So
he does.
Maybe they'll get him in live action. Who knows?
That would be super awesome. All right, so who's your mentalist?
My mentalist. So this is when I was really waffling.
It could have been MODOK again.
Yeah, I was like, do I go with like a low-level chump like Mastermind, or do I go with Dark Phoenix? But when you said Kid Omega, I was like, all right, I can go hard on this one. And I picked my personal favorite X-Men villain, Cassandra Nova, twin sister of Charles Xavier, who hates mutants purely because her brother loves them.
I hate her so much.
I love her.
And you know the reason I hate her is because she's effective.
Yeah.
I hate that.
And they've also used her so sparingly that she remains like a threat.
Yeah.
Because I think the only 2 times I really remember seeing her is obviously Grant Morrison's groundbreaking new X-Men run.
And the Genoshan Massacre.
Yeah. And also in Tom Taylor and Mahmud Asrar's X-Men Red.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
she's in that.
Because I was kind of not sure about the title going in, but when I saw she was the villain, and I was like, oh, this rocks.
Yeah, she pulled a Justin Hammer. Do you remember Demon in a Bottle,
Yeah.
Iron Man, when Justin Hammer took over the Iron Man suit and killed the Ambassador?
Yeah.
It's the same storyline.
Yeah, Cassandra Nova makes it look like Jean blew someone's head off at the UN.
We're really going deep cuts on this stuff.
Yeah,
man,
this is
okay.
fun.
I like this. All right, let's keep it rolling.
Alrighty, my defense. This one, it's a tough one. There's a lot more defensive heroes than there are defensive villains.
This is quite true.
Usually villains, they just put a big guy like Abomination or Sandman to tank. Oh, Sandman would have been
Sandman's a good one.
But I want to get a little bit more fun and creative with it.
Okay.
Ultron drones. A horde of Ultron drones.
Are we talking like big Ultron drones, or are we talking like the small ones from the Wasp?
People-sized Ultron drones that can just make a robot circle and just tighten in and just make a wall.
Oh, like from Age of Ultron.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Or Ultron Unlimited, the George Perez Kirby story from the
Is that the
early
one where
2000s.
it's Wasp?
That's the one. No. This is the one where Ultron basically kills France. Where he just
That's right. And
he
he
just
takes
has-
over the world.
yeah, he just has an army of drones that circle around France and just close it.
Yeah.
Like,
Man, France always gets the short
Yeah,
end of the stick.
but
when
it's
it comes
just
to science
a
fiction.
wall of maybe vibranium. Like, depending on how cruel we want to be, if it's all
That's a
vibranium,
lot of
adamantium.
vibranium.
Yeah, probably a bunch of adamantium mixed
I
in.
think that Ultron would keep vibranium for himself.
Yeah, Ultron Prime gets. So I'm not using Ultron Prime. I'm
No.
using just a horde of Ultron drones that I guess Malekith the Accursed found somewhere. We'll go with that.
He's dug them
He's
up.
like, hey, MODOK, you know where to get some robots?
I
And he's-
definitely know where to get some robots.
MODOK's like, AIM's resources are limited. I must outsource this.
I can see where this is going here. Okay.
So yeah, especially when you said Cap, I'm like, well, one American man cannot fight an entire wall of robots.
This is quite true, but it is Captain America.
It's true if anyone could.
So who's Stealth?
Stealth. This one I knew immediately. I had it just in my back pocket. It is since he's now once again on the side of Devils, my boy Eric O'Grady, formerly the Irredeemable Ant-Man, and now the Black Ant.
The Black Ant. Oh man, I love the Irredeemable Ant-Man series.
Me too. One of my favorite. No, Invincible is my favorite Kirkman book, but Irredeemable Ant-Man with Phil Hester's a ton of fun.
And have you noticed what they're doing with Taskmaster and Black Ant?
Yes.
Kind of a blue and gold thing going on.
I have been just begging for Marvel to put out just a Black Ant and Taskmaster villains for hire book.
Let me tell you, Marvel knows what they've got with Taskmaster, and they have paired Taskmaster up with several other heroes and villains in a variety of weird bromances.
Are you reading Thunderbolts that just came out this past week?
I have not caught Thunderbolts.
Yes.
You have caught me with my pants down, sir.
Yeah, Matt Rosenberg and Juan Ferreira are working on it, and the lineup is Taskmaster, Mr. Fear, Star, Batroc the Leaper, and a few extra ones.
I didn't know the other woman, but I did see the frame where Taskmaster walked in, looked at Mr. Fear, going, "Just can't get enough of scamming my look, huh?"
There's a great bit where they fight off a symbiote guy, and Taskmaster's like, "Hey, there's a guy in here, just like Venom," and Batroc goes, "There's a person inside Venom?" Great bit, but yeah. But enough about Tasky. I love Black Ant. Any character that can shrink is automatically like a
Good
stealth
choice,
winner.
that Black Ant.
And he is vicious. Like,
yeah, he is.
he is a guy who probably my favorite Eric O'Grady combat moment is when he went inside a bullet wound on Deadpool and expanded himself to blow Deadpool up.
So a bit of background on Eric O'Grady. Irredeemable Ant-Man was Eric O'Grady at his sleaziest human.
Yeah.
But Black Ant is an LMD.
Yes. Which
With
is
his sleazy times 10.
which I still, yeah, I still tell my brain that he didn't really die. That like I
feel bad
I
if he
choose to ignore that he is an LMD.
But then Eric O'Grady was the type of guy who would shrink, hang around on a shower, and
Yes.
watch women he liked shower.
Genuine awful person. Like I love that it was the irredeemable Ant-Man.
Yeah,
you know?
he was just such a slime ball.
He was like just a complete piece of shit.
Yeah.
And so that's why I was kind of annoyed when they gave him like a redemption arc in Secret Avengers and had him sacrifice himself. I was like
But then Black Ant showed up.
yeah, exactly. Which it felt like a cop out, but I like what they've done with Black Ant a lot.
Yeah.
So this one was a toughie. I think after Leader, this was the second hardest pick for me.
So you did not go with Baron Mordo, I'm sure.
No, because that's the thing. I talked to you about this with magic villains, particularly in Marvel. You've got two options. You've got incredible cosmic entities like Dormammu and Shuma-Gorath.
Or you got chumps.
Yeah, you've got complete losers like Baron Mordo.
Yeah. Poor Baron Mordo. The losers
So-
bracket.
I went with a villain who is a bit closer to cosmic entity.
Okay.
Probably genuinely a cosmic entity, but one who doesn't get as much attention as your Dormammus and your Asgardians.
I don't know why I got the stranger stuck in my
I went with the X-Men's, maybe not their greatest foe, but one of my favorites, the Adversary.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Adversary. He looks great. Let's get a picture of the Adversary.
Native
here.
American trickster god, the Adversary, who was the center of one of my favorite X-Men stories, Fall of the Mutants. Just a great manipulative bastard, and gets that bonus tie-in to your leader, since he tricked Storm into being in that pocket dimension with Forge.
Yeah, and he was a definite Forge villain. Who could call himself a Forge villain?
Yeah. He might even know Forge's real name, which we don't.
That really baffles me.
Yeah.
All these years, it never really occurred to me that we don't know Forge's name.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever brought it up on the show before, but there was a data page in X-Force. No, it was Sword. It was Sword number 1. There's a data page, and it had characters, like their mutant identity, and then their real name. Forge's was unknown, and I was like, no way. And I went back and looked, and they never have called Forge by, like, his given name.
That's actually what happened to me back when Marvel Universe was a thing, and I was reading Marvel Universe, and I got to the page about Rogue, and it said name unrevealed. I'm like, huh, how did that slip by? I mean, there's something secretive about her.
Yeah. So now that we've laid out the terms of battle and the combatants, dear listeners, who do you think wins? I obviously have my bias.
I have mine.
But is Ice type super effective against flying in Pokemon? Yes.
Oh, yeah, and will Captain America defeat the Adversary? I think so.
Yeah,
it's Captain America, for God's sakes.
But will Rocket beat MODOK? Is it too big of a brain?
I could just see MODOK like flying around with this mad raccoon attached to him, skirting and
I want to
all over
see
the
the
place.
character test that is Kid Omega having to hold off Cassandra Nova. Because you know she's going to go deep on those insecurities that boy has.
Oh, God, he's got them. They're in there somewhere. I mean, he's been killed so many times.
Just digging out all those demons.
Yeah.
So let us know. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe.
Own teams. We want to see your own teams. And if we see cool teams, we're definitely going to talk about them.
Oh, my God, yeah.
God, I know my friends are smart. I hang around with a lot of smart comic book friends. I know they would totally be down about this.
That can probably beat both of these teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Put your teams down in the comment section. I definitely want to see them.
Say what you will about Wizard Magazine. I do love the all-wizard team formula. I think it's a lot of fun.
I like Wizard Magazine.
It's a great little creative exercise that hopefully we'll get to do again. I would love to be able to make a hero team and square off against you. I want to make a JLA because my boy Metamorpho needs some representation.
Maybe a Legion of Supermen.
Very fun. So yeah, like, subscribe, get notifications, give us some money on the old Patreon. Maybe we can get some bonus content.
Hit us up on our various Facebook pages.
The Insta, the Facebook, maybe even a Twitter something.
Twitter for the brand.
Who knows? Have a great weekend, guys.